the healthcare services ng Lucena. So congrats for that. Okay, now let's start with your root cause analysis, and please focus on this discussion because this will be part of our workshop. So you have a problem to solve. Like, how do you solve your problem? Where do you start? And what should you do? Usually, these are the dilemmas that managers or even practitioners ang nai-experience natin. Yes, may problema, pero paano natin susolusyonan? Okay. Historical approaches to problem solving, may problema, gawa tayo ng committee. Maraming plano na ginagawa. Ikaw na lang, sir. Sa'yo na lang. Problema mo na naman yan eh. You can do it. Go. Ha? Or ibig sabihin, minsan sasabihin, work harder. Kaya mo yan. Pagurin mo sarili mo. Ha? And add more staff, no? Problema tayo sa operation. Di kung problema sa operation, dagdag ka tao. Hanap ka maraming pera. Source ng pera. Extend mo yung operations natin. Isa lang yung tinatrabaho niya. Dagdagan mo pa. Usually, these are historical approaches to problem solving. But in quality improvement, usually you need to ask, where have you seen or used root cause analysis in your improvement work? Most of you siguro sasabihin, sir, pag meron kaming corrective action report, sige nga, sa mga naka-ISO dyan, correct ba ako? Nakikita nyo lang si root cause analysis pag mayroon kayo corrective action report, pag may car. Oo. Itong car na to ay hindi siya masaya, hindi siya sasakyan, kasi iniisip ng iba, ang car ay napaka-negative. Or bawas sa performance. Ganon. So, however, a car, sabi nga doon, is corrective action report. You need to correct and you need to act on it. So, wala siyang sinabi, you correct and demerit. Okay? Yun nga, sabi nga sa chat demerit. Okay? The car did not say that one. Okay? Ang nangyari lang kasi, it's a wrong connotation at wrong explanation ng mga consultants sa ISO. Okay? Na gusto namin, hindi ganyan. Okay? Car is to correct and take action. So, i-correct and a-actionan. And we don't demerit the person. Okay? But here in quality improvement, root cause analysis is the first thing you need to do after the problem. Ito pala yung second thing, no? We will describe now the root cause analysis in QI, the value of root cause. We will identify how to use the root cause, how to process them, what are the pitfalls usually of the root cause. Usually, pag nagro-root cause analysis kayo, anong ginagawa nyo? Sige nga. Una, send number 1, nililista lahat, sir, ng rason. 2, hinahayaan lang namin, sir, si supervisor mag-isip. 3, wala kaming ginagawa. Sige. Pag may root cause analysis na pinapagawa sa inyo, anong ginagawa niyo doon? Una, sinilista niyo lahat ng rason. 3, bahala na si supervisor. 2, bahala na si supervisor. 3, wala kaming pakialam, sir. Deadma. Okay? Sana naman hindi yung deadma at hayaan si supervisor. Okay. Now, let's start. What is root cause analysis for quality improvement? The root cause analysis for QI is a process, mindset, and a set of tools that can be used to better understand a problem and use that understanding to generate the better solutions. So, ibig sabihin ba, sir, after namin, sir, present sa'yo, ito yung current state of the problem namin, sir. Anong gagawin natin dyan? Hindi naman ako ang hahanap ng solusyon para sa inyo. I-discuss natin yan. Magma-mindset tayo. Sabi nga ng kanta, mindset daw. Root cause analysis will be the next step to better understand the problem. Paano, sir? Why? Okay? Remember, according to these authors, all improvement requires change, but not every change leads to an improvement. So, ibig sabihin ba, sir, kahit nag-innovate na kami nung una, may in-improve na kami, medyo kakailanganin pa din ba namin ng pagbabago para mas ma-level up? Yes. Okay. Next, Root cause analysis is useful to better understand the problem and to generate the knowledge that can lead to better ideas, solutions to address the problem. Again, the word here is a change ideas, not an intervention. Okay? Okay. Next is the root cause analysis for quality improvement helps to avoid one. Huwag maging asyomera. Bawal si aling asyomeng dito sa QI. Okay? Kaya may RCA ka, root cause analysis. Pangalawa, leaping to solutions that don't fit to the problem. Okay? Ito yung papangunahan mo pa. Hindi pa nga yan sakto sa problema. Ito yung tinatawag na band-aid solution. Kaya pala sir, nakailang root cause na kami sir, nakailang car na kami. Paulit-ulit lang nangyayari. Kung sa listahan ng ISO namin sir, yung car namin pare-pareho yung description. O tanungin mo ngayon, bakit nangyayari? Okay? Another thing, bakit tayo nagko-root cause analysis sa QI? To avoid scapegoating or blaming. Remember, quality improvement is not about individual, but it looks at the process. Okay? So that now, you can focus on the problem rather than the symptoms. Okay? Baka kasi, yung binabanggit niyo doon ng mga problema, ay problemas, pero symptoms pa pala yan. Hindi yan eh. Ito yung totoong diagnosis dyan. Okay? And explore the problem holistically and thinking about the parts of the systems that might contribute to it. And third, you create a better theories and predictions for overcoming the problem. Okay, when might we use the root cause analysis and improvement project? One, project setup. Pag-project setup pa pala, sir, no? Kailangan may root cause analysis na kami. Again, one, what's the purpose of root cause? To guide you, explore, to clearly elucidate the problem statement. Kaya pala, sir, kailangan namin yan. Kaya din po pala, sir, sa project state, sa initial activity namin, yung specific members ng QI team, ini-expand mo talaga yung rules nila. Yes, because in QI, before ka mapagka-root cause analysis, you need to have the right people at the right time. Okay? Second, disciplined root cause analysis, because here, we don't just give you, okay, ito yung root cause, ito yung gawin mo, ito yung ganyan. We will follow the Ishikawa diagram or the fishbone diagram. And I will tell you ano yung mga wrong practices in filling up root cause analysis or the Ishikawa diagram. Then you have the process of the flow charting, which I have already discussed earlier. An improvement process, you need also the root cause analysis because there's a theory of change there. There's measurement and implementation discussion. And for sustainability, you need to have the root cause analysis for you to have the quality process measures as process owners. Okay? Tandaan nyo saan ang magiging benepisyo ang RCA. One, sa pagsiset up ng project. Pangalawa, sa pagdidiscipline, pagkakaroon ng iba't ibang tamang approach to assess the cause and effect. Pangatlo, sa improvement process. Pang-apat, sa pagsusustain ng mga project. Okay. Next. A note about systems, theory, change ideas, and PDSA. A system is an interdependent group of items, people, or process with a common purpose. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, sir, pag sinabi kong admission process, isa lang. When I say outpatient consultation system, I am talking right now from patient to nurse to lahat ng involved sa consultation at ang magkaiba't ibang proseso nila. System. Okay? Now, theory or change theory is the best current knowledge on how system works. Ang tawag namin sa QI, it's not intervention. It is change idea. Bakit sir change idea? Again, we don't assume, but we predict based on the knowledge of theory of the system. For example, ito yung sinasabi na parang common sense. Okay. Nangyari na maraming naglo-lost to follow up kasi walang nag-update ng information. So what will be the change idea there? Based on that scenario, mag-hire ako ng mag-update ng information. Did you predict it? The change idea? Possible. But did the change idea cause an improvement? We don't know yet. Okay? Yun yung pinagkaiba sa QI. If you are talking about how to improve. Okay? You have the change idea. Sa research or in your practice, you have so-called interventions. Now, the root cause analysis is one process that can help you develop better systems theory. One, better knowledge about systems, then you go for predictions and greater success of change that result to an improvement. Again, about the theory of improvement, this is a good read. I will not read this one, but you have the slides. You can absorb all the details here for the interest of time. Now, for example, you notice that there's no-show rates for appointments are quite low or quite high. No-show, quite high. Okay, opposite. This is problematic because it's resulting in a lot of waste, and you're also worried about the folks with missed appointments falling behind on important care. You decide to try phone reminders the day before appointments. A couple of weeks after implementing the phone reminders, you notice there's only a very small improvement in no-show rates. What is now the problem? What is the theory? What is the prediction? How might you revise the theory? Kwento dito, medyo mataas yung no-show rate niya. Nag-phone call reminder siya a day before the appointment. However, sabi niya, may incremental, may kaunti lang improvement na nangyari. So, ano yung ulit yung problema? No-show. So, your theory, you need to put reminders to them. Dati, a day before the appointment. What if dadagdagan ko 3 days before the appointment? Or what if dadagdagan ko instead a day before the appointment, meron a day before the appointment, umaga. Ako yung kanilang panggising, ako yung alarm clock nila. Tatawagan ko sila. Di ba? Another prediction. Then, how you might revise the theory? So from the theory that if ang isang tao ay informed about the schedule or task na kailangan tapusin, mapupuntahan niya or mamit-meet niya. However, dito, hindi nga nag-comply si client. So, kailangan mong i-revise yung kanyang commitment or yung approach. Okay. What processes and mindset and tools are useful for supporting improvement projects for your cause analysis? One, you need to have to define the problem. From your current state earlier, we will refine your statement of the problem to have how much, how many, what. So, ibig sabihin, sir, yung kanina na pagkaka-construct namin, i-refine pa namin siya as a problem statement like by how much, by how many, and what. Okay. Seek consensus of the problem statement. That's why in your workshop later, tandaan nyo sa workshop ninyo later, ang inyong magiging activity after you define the problem by how many, how much, you will prioritize that one using a consensus approach. Okay? Consensus approach. Ibig sabihin, pag sinabi ng facilitator, oh, you consider this one a problem, yes or no? To what extent? You have a consensus. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, sir, pag nagko-QI project, hindi pwedeng, ay, gusto ng hepe namin na ganito yung problem na solusyonan mo. Hindi pwede pong gano'n. Consensus. Ay, sir, gusto lang namin yan. Gusto ko lang yan. Kaya yung ibang kasama ko, Oo, nagustuhan niyo na rin, di ba? So, hindi ganon. May process tayo how to we mix consensus and prioritize that. Okay? Then we validate the root cause by collecting data and feedback. We prioritize the root cause as we'll target with interventions and connect change idea to root cause analysis and build update of your theory of change. The mindset for root cause analysis, one, use the beginner's mindset. If you know tabula rasa, kung pwede pa lang, as in, ang paggaganap ng root cause analysis, paggagawa ng root cause analysis, parang bata ka na halos ito lang, ito yung alam ko, kailangan kong magsimula. Kailangan kong intindihin simula't simula. Okay? Be open to learning, stay with curiosity, avoid blaming or judgment, and what else? Maybe you should set yourself committed to this activity. Okay? Baka kasi ngayon madami pa tayong show na participants at maraming no-show na ulit. Okay? So in a mindset of a root cause analysis, one again, remember this one. Mamaya sa session nyo, please use a beginner's mindset and be open to learning. Okay? Avoid blaming and avoid judgment. There are common tools to process the root cause analysis. Here they are. I will not mention every lahat sila, but we will do more on Ishikawa diagram. Okay? The first one is yung alam nyo na, alam ko naman, sikat sa inyo to, si Ishikawa diagram or si fishbone diagram. Okay? The root cause analysis that are identified can be validated, tested by frequency and use of identified change ideas to tackle the problem. The fishbone diagram, to do it, one is to write down a clear and specific problem statement. And for you to be able to write down your problem statement, be specific and be clear, sasabihin ng inyong facilitator ka sa inyong mamaya, how many, how much, what, and when did it started? Baseline. How many, how much, what, when it will become a problem. Kaya pala sir, mamaya marunong na kayo mag-construct ng problem statement. Okay. Next, you write down the major causes in categories. Ay, hindi pala sir, pupunta kami agad dun sa isda, tapos para maghihimay kami ng tinik, isusulat namin lahat ng gusto naming sabihin doon sa mga tinik. Hindi. Okay? Kaya mamaya sa workshop, makikita nyo after nyo gawin yan, uy, may table sila, may mga naka-arrange na process, procedures, provision, people, ano pa ba yun? Yung isang P. No? Then, ibig sabihin, sir, importante pala, isulat muna namin per category. Yes! Huwag ka muna dun sa mga tinik ng isda. Baka matinik ka habang ginagawa. At ang nangyayari kasi, by experience, may nagsusulat agad doon sa mga tinik ng isda. Ang nangyayari, puro si Mang assuming or si Maring masuming yung kailang nasusulat. Si Kumaring assumption. Okay? Yung nag-a-assume na nag-a-assume. Okay? What's better here is when you write down kasi the cost categories at you enlist them one by one, ma-appreciate mo na, no, parang redundant na rin to dito sa kabila, ito ay hindi din dito, ganyan. Kesa, naghihimay ka na ng buto na hindi mo naman pala alam, hindi mo na-arrange kung paano. Okay? Next, with the team, brainstorm possible causes and ask why. Think different things. Okay? Then keep brainstorming until you're satisfied with your good understanding of the root cause. Okay? Then, here's an example. Our program has high enrollment but low completion rate. Okay? Meron ba dyang how many, how much? Meron, 95%. What? High enrollment. Pero anong problema? They have low completion rate. Sige nga, tignan nga natin sa process. Anong sabi niya? Ineffective communication with clients about program. No processes to gather feedback from clients who did not complete the program. In terms of policy, curriculum is proprietary and not modifiable. In terms of staff, in terms of people, the staff don't understand client goals at the start. Okay? Client factors and effective communication with clients about the program goals. One here is based on my experience in conducting QI sessions with the different clinics in HIV in the Philippines, nasashock ako na there are people also who played in the organization who really don't understand ano yung goal para sa client. Why? Because they have a vested interest. Instead of patient-centered approach, they would dictate to the patient what to do, where to seek care. Kahit malayo man yan, importante, dun siya pumunta. Okay? And we want to erase that. Okay? Another example is low adherence to low ART. And these are the identified causes. Okay? This is an example of HIV root cause analysis. So meron talaga. Yes, meron. Okay? Now, the next step could be interpret and test the root cause by one or more following. Look for the causes that are common, appear repeatedly within across the cause categories. Use decision-making process such as nominal group technique to prioritize, root cause selection for targeting intervention, and use check sheets or other tools to gather data about the relative frequencies of the different causes. The next is, okay, again, we want to avoid the band-aid solution. And how you will do that? You need to ask why, who, when, and what. Okay, next, let's go to the step. Ayan, napasmile na lang si Ma'am Pinky. And the steps in doing your root cause. One is you start in the head by writing the problem statement. Use a virtual tool, charter, etc. And decide 4 to 5 major cause categories or steps in services, which is to the top of the digital bone, diagonal bone, line connecting to the horizontal line. So sir, bakit 4 to 5 major causes lang? Alam ko marami kayong naiisip ng mga causes, pero sobrang dami niyan. Please, nag-overlap yung iba dyan. Pasuyo, pakibawasan hanggang pinaka-minimum siya, 4 at pinakamadami, 5. Okay? And brainstorm the list of costs and contribute the effect to the effect of the problem and ask why repeatedly for each cause. So for example, mamaya, pag sinabi ng facilitator, low ART adherence, ano kayang isasagot niyo kung ang tanong ko is, why in terms of process? Baka wala kaming process kasi sir sa pag-notify. Why? Sir, wala kaming ganito. Why? Sir, wala kaming ganyan. Sir, kulang kami ng ganito. For people, why? Sir, wala kasi kami community-based peer. Wala kaming partner sa pasyente for treatment. Why? Kasi sir, wala po kaming pambayad sa kanila. Why? Sir, naabot na po yung PE ceiling ng locality. Wala na po kaming pang-hire. Okay? Sunod-sunod na why. Okay? You review the list and themes and confirm the experience and vote the root causes for a feasible and valuable start of your first. And you use this diagram. And again, in the major, you put in the upper and the sub, yung y. Okay? This is where your problem goes. Okay? The cause and effect will demonstrate how complex the problem is, and it will give you an illustration about a cause and effect side and a solution side. Ang root cause po ay hindi lang po about the cause and effect, but there will be also a solution. Gagamitin po natin ang root cause sa solution later session. Kasi i-introduce po namin yung tinatawag na driver diagram. There are common categories how you categorize your causes: people, methods, measurements, materials, equipments, etc. Competence, communication, courtesy, credibility, reliability, responsiveness, security, understanding PLWH. So it depends, kung ano yung appropriate doon sa problem ninyo. So pero mamaya, meron tayong tinatawag na mga acceptable and appropriate categories for HIV program. Okay. Now, mamaya pag nag-note ko sa kayo, hindi 3 things in your mind. Okay? Parating 3 things kasi yung naalala ko. 4 things. 1, you start what ticks you off. So having a buy-in to shared point. So for example, pag sinabi niyang, why? Pag yun yung sinagot ng isa, sundan yun agad na, why? No? So parang for example, wala kaming tao. Why? Bakit walang tao? Wala kaming pambayad. Bakit walang pambayad? Walang pondo ang LGU. Oh, saan na tayo pupunta? Yun yung next. Okay? An ounce of improvement is worth a pound of frustration. So remember, in root cause analysis, mas makikita nyo, naku po, bakit? Mas medyo mabigat ata to yung gagawin namin. Okay, it's okay. Been in a years coaching QI in different sites of HIV, and there are parts of the improvement or the change ideas na talagang let's abandon that one. Nakaka-frustrate. Daming gagawin. Okay. But later on, hinimay-himay namin, ito yung kaya natin gawin. Okay? And remember the 80-20 rule, few causes may have more impact in a trivial cause. And serenity prayer. Serenity prayer, it's better to stop to search for a cause after the cause has been identified within the area that you influence or directly control. Okay? So these are example of the root cause analysis with about data to care, Latin youth not linked, no? Linked to care. And also stigma is emphasized there. However, this is also an example of a root cause analysis for a missed appointment. And this is an example of root cause analysis for low show rate for HIV medical appointments. And this is an example of a root cause analysis for a delayed test result in an HIV facility. Now, be aware, when you are writing your root cause analysis or doing your root cause analysis, please avoid broad program statements. Kaya nga sabi ko sa inyo kanina, in your workshop, you know how many, how much, what. Because broad problem statements can lead to a vague or unnecessary complex cause and effects diagram that will give you a band-aid solution. So please lang, as much as possible, be smart. Okay? Broad problems will not lead you to anywhere. Okay? The next is asked why. I have mentioned that one, how you do the asked why. The second is, in your appointment no-show rate, for example, 10%, you asked why. Patient did not arrive in appointment. Why? Patient did not know about the appointment. Why? Appointment set very far in advance. Why? Scheduling system set up 5 months in advance. Why? Software is owned. Okay? So, ganun yung why. So, for example, i-start niya. Sige, maraming no-show, 10%. Why? Siyempre, yung pasyente hindi dumating. Oh, why? Bakit hindi dumating si pasyente? Hindi niya alam na may appointment siya. Why? Bakit hindi niya alam yung appointment niya? Kasi yung appointment natin, ginawa ko pa nung nakaraan pa yan eh. Tapos nag-message ako sa kanya 5 months to 1 month ago, 2 weeks ago. Why? Kasi yung scheduling system natin, papalya-palya, medyo may kulang eh. Why? Kasi naman yung ginagamit natin software para mag-umandar yung system natin makaluma. Kailangan ng palitan. Okay, nakuha nyo yung pag-connect ng why. Okay. And we have the positive defiance is more of seeking explore problem in the positive possible solutions looking for unique strengths and bright spots. Okay, the positive defiance is used in Vietnam, and if you are familiar with the so-called positive defiance for children with malnourished, ito yung in-inspire ni Imelda Marcos kung nasaan yung Notre Dame ninyo in Vietnam concept. Okay? And remember the pitfall of cost analysis improvement using punishment or blame. Please, as much as possible, we limit ourselves from punishment or blaming. Another is may cost ka pero you haven't identified the effect, not equal, no? Single causal chain error, cognitive biases like confirmation bias, status quo bias, others. Baka may sasabihin sa inyo, ganito lang kasi kami. Okay? Another thing when I learn in QI is the best way to initiate QI is when everything in the clinic and everything in the operation is starting pa lang. Sir, what if wala kaming HIV program? If I'm planning to deliver HIV program, start now. You should have your QI activities. Okay? Or fuzzy haze when the brain automatically fills in missing information when it perceives something, or sometimes leading to misperceptions. Okay. So again, focus, leverage teams, build awareness, and use data and develop document systems clearly. So that's the end of the root cause analysis.